All right, welcome. This is Scott Converse with the Longmont Observer, and today we are meeting with the folks from Sadhana, and this is Rachel Zelaya.
And the name of the company is Sadhana Beads.
Sadhana Beads.
Beads, yeah.
And we also have with us, and she's the co-founder and the owner, and we also have with us Lynn Davis, who is the lead jeweler, right?
That's right.
All right, and so tell us a little bit about the company.
Okay, so I'm a yoga teacher and meditation teacher, and I was at a yoga conference in New Mexico in 2014 and met a woman there named Julia Dalbum. She lives in Atlanta, Georgia. And we had a nice connection, friendship, bonding over yoga and meditation, and exchanged information, and got home and got a phone call from her about a week later saying, I have this vision and you need to be a part of it. And so that was 2014, and we've been working together ever since. So it's 4 years later that the company has been incorporated, and we found jewelers who are putting the product together, and here in Longmont the printer is printing the booklets. So it's been a 4-year journey of a lot of different prototypes and trying this and trying that, and coming up with our final product, which is a necklace along with a book of meditations. So our purpose is to support women in particular, because women wear necklaces, women to develop a meditation practice. And there are so many studies now that show the benefits of meditation, and yet so many people don't know how to do it or feel awkward or would just like a little bit of support and guidance with that. So that's the purpose of the booklet. And then the word sadhana has 7 different letters. And so this was
how's it spelled exactly?
Sadhana. So this was the vision that Julia had of putting a concept along with each of the letters of sadhana. So for instance, the S stands for stillness, and the A stands for acceptance, and the D stands for discipline, and the H stands for healing, and the other A is abundance, and then the N is neutral mind, and then the final A is the Sanskrit word Adi Shakti, which is the divine feminine. So each of the letters in sadhana is correlated with a experience or a practice of meditation, and each of the letters is also connected to a gemstone. So there are 7 gems on the necklace, and each one was chosen because it relates to the concept or the word that's behind the letter. So for instance, the S stands for stillness, and our jewelers who were developing this with us chose the stone of jade, which is for stillness, for calm, for connecting to the heart. So it goes along down the line with a different gem connected to a different word, and then there's a different meditation that fits into the concept as well.
Fantastic. So this was something that your partner came up with primarily? And you're kind of the... So
she really ran with it for the first couple of years and prototyped the style of the necklace and worked with a designer down in Atlanta to create the booklet. And she really asked me to be involved to choose the meditations because I'm a meditation teacher. So I was more involved in the creation of the booklet, choosing the meditations, making sure that the particular lineage that these meditations come from, making sure that's honored. And then this past year, about a year ago, summer of 2017, I was kind of closing up a business that I'd been running in Boulder. It was a yoga studio, and moving it to my house here in Longmont. And so my life was kind of changing. I didn't have to do so much business work. I could be more of a yoga teacher. And so my life opened up, and I got clear that I really wanted to help this project into the world, because it had been 3 years at that point where it was just back burner, both of us so busy with other work. This was being neglected. So last summer, 2017, I just got committed to bringing this into the world, and the universe supported that with meeting Ron from the Tinker Mill last fall.
And you are based out of Tinker Mill.
Yeah. I wasn't at the time, but that happened once I got committed to making this happen, because that was our main problem, was finding jewelers. Mm-hmm. She had found the jeweler who kind of designed it, had a full-time job in tech or something, and just wasn't interested in being involved. And we had tried different people, and it just was, doors were closing every avenue we tried in Georgia. So then when I got connected to Tinker Mill and Lynn, that's when the whole thing started moving forward again.
Mm-hmm. So how did you get involved, Lynn?
Well, Rachel walked through the door at Tinker Mill during an open studio that we have at the jewelry metal craft shop at Tinker Mill. And
you're the shop captain?
I am the shop captain. Yeah, we actually have co-captains now.
Right.
And Crystal Hines is a co-captain with me now.
And this is of the jewelry area. What's it called, the area?
It's called the Jewelry and Metal Craft Shop.
Right, okay.
And that shop had been around in Tinker Mill since you moved into this building, mm-hmm. which was, 3 or 4 years ago, mm-hmm. it seems like. And it had gone through many phases, and it happened that by the time Rachel found us, we had already put several things into place. And because we were ready and poised at that moment, I was able to just say yes. When she asked, is there a space here at Tinker Mill where we can explore possibilities and production? Are there people who might be interested in taking this on as something that they do, to make these necklaces? Mm-hmm. And to all of that, at the moment, I could say yes. I'm retired, for one thing, so mm-hmm. That was fortuitous, and I was interested in making this happen, figuring out how to produce it, sort of reverse engineering the necklace, figuring out what are the materials and how was it put together and what do they like and what do they not like, and we went through several iterations working together since about October through about February. Mm-hmm. I guess we met almost weekly.
And this was the design process then?
Mm-hmm. This was the design and production mm-hmm. Plan.
Right.
On how we were going to do this and what was it going to cost and who were the suppliers and where do we get the source and can we get it in bulk and
all that business stuff.
All that business stuff, which was actually kind of new for me too. Oh.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't really set up a manufacturing business before, but I did have some background in others, with working with others who had done so.
Talk about your background.
Well, like most people at Tinker Mill, or like some people at Tinker Mill, once you retire, you get to do some things that maybe you didn't do for the rest of your, the prior part of your life. But my background is really in usability design. And I worked with science educators to learn what they do when they're putting a class together and what kinds of resources they needed when they're in front of a classroom, for example, to bring something to a student that needs extra help. So mm-hmm. I was an observer of that kind of work that the teachers do, and was also the lead designer for a digital library for Earth System education that was out of the UCAR in Boulder.
Right.
So I had a lot of background in how to listen to what was needed and to present some options and some solutions.
And this necklace is quite versatile. It's not just stick it on and it looks nice. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of different design elements to it that are functional.
You're both wearing one, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yes, we are.
Would you like to wear one?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Possibly later.
So Lynn really helped to, like she said, reverse engineer. Well, we had this jeweler who made this thing and sent it to us, but then how do we actually recreate it? And then mm-hmm. she came up with lots of extra ideas. So, for instance, each one of these gems is removable. Ah. So you could wear just one at a time or a couple at a time. You know, let's say you want to work on healing, so you wear the quartz crystal. Or let's say you want to work on acceptance, and so you wear your rose quartz. So each one of these is removable, and then there's a little spacer in between, and how to get the gemstones on and off easily, and have this clasp work well. So there was a lot that had to go into making it really usable and functional, and some design pieces as well.
So talk a little bit about the booklet.
Okay.
So I see one here.
Yep. So
Hold that up so we can take a seat, look at it here.
And yeah, the necklace is attached to the front of
That's
it.
why
So
there's a.
So it's a whole product that goes together. So these meditations are from the Kundalini Yoga tradition, which is a long and ancient form of yoga and meditation that was brought to the United States in 1969. And it's a form of meditation that I've been practicing for since 2009, and it had a really big impact on my life. I credit it with saving my life. I was having, I guess, what you call a nervous breakdown, and a friend of mine brought me to a Kundalini yoga class in Boulder, and from the very first class, something shifted for me, and I found the courage to make a lot of changes in my life. I was in a really stressful job. I was a school teacher, and in an unhappy marriage, and there were just a lot of things that weren't going well, and I didn't have tools to help myself through that, and so I tried pharmaceuticals, which didn't help, and really didn't know what else to do. So it was kind of divine intervention that some women friends came around me and said, it's not okay what's going on with you, how can we help? And they suggested that I take a mental health day from going to school and take some time to myself. And so that was the day that I went to my first Kundalini yoga class. So all of these 7 meditations that are in here, I chose for a particular purpose. They are all fairly simple, like anybody could do them. So the goal is to make meditation more accessible for people who are either having a nervous breakdown or just recognizing that they are needing some help with stress or depression or anxiety or age-related memory loss or feeling more connected to the people in their lives or having just a little bit of quiet downtime, which is so hard to find these days. So the booklet contains the 7 meditations as well as just some general information about how to use the necklace and some resources, websites for people that want more information about meditation or Kundalini yoga. So, yeah.
Plugs it in. So we had somebody in here a little earlier. What was her name?
Victoria.
And how is she involved in this? Because you guys will see a picture of her in the story. So.
Yeah, Victoria is a member of Tinkermill. She came to one of the classes that we offer at the jewelry and metal craft shop, became certified on some of the tools there, and I think she was here one day when you were here, and the two of you began talking. We hadn't decided, or he hadn't decided yet, exactly how we were going to proceed, but I think Rachel just asked it, would she be interested in helping to create, to make some of these necklaces, and she said sure. And so we got back in touch with her, along with Crystal Hines, who also has an office right here in Tinkermill. Who's she's an art education graduate, and she really has some time, and she has a lot of talent. And so we were really happy to have both of them available to help us with the build of these necklaces.
So how can people find out more about this? You mentioned websites. I mean, I'm going to guess you've got a website.
Yes, we have a website, although it's not up and running yet.
Okay.
So it is sadhanabeads.com.
Going to spell it again for everybody.
SADHANABEADS.com, sadhanabeads.com. So that website has will have all of the meditations that are in the booklet. It also will have a way to purchase the product, the necklace and the booklet. It'll also have information about workshops and retreats. So one idea that I'd like to do is bring this product around and go to retreat centers and offer retreats and workshops. And we're hoping to offer a workshop here at Tinker Mill where people could actually learn how to make their own and choose out their own gems and just have that kind of, I made this kind of quality, and also learn the meditations. So learn the whole process of making the necklace and learning the meditations. And then I'll also be offering workshops here in Longmont and in Boulder on just learning the meditations and then getting your own necklace along with it.
So what's availability now of these?
I just picked up 100 booklets from Steuben Press here in Longmont.
They're available.
Yes, they're available, and my jewelers are standing by, taking orders.
So the website will be up?
Hopefully in the next month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else you want people to know about?
Well, yeah, I think that one of the things that I'm really excited to learn more about is the qualities of the gemstones. So I wasn't involved originally in choosing them. I'm just not educated, and that wasn't something that I have learned about. But now that that's something that is part of my life as far as bringing sadhana beads out into the world, I'm excited about learning about the qualities of the gems and how they support us on an emotional and physical and mental and energetic level, and just the quality of the color. The color itself has a really strong effect on our consciousness. So combining the color with the energy of the gem with the meditation, I think just has a potential for a really powerful impact. And so the concept is you do your daily meditation. So the word sadhana means daily meditation. It's a daily practice. And it's just like brushing your teeth. You can't do it once a week and call it good. It's something that has to be done every day. It's our yoga teacher, Yogi Bhajan, said it's like taking out the garbage.
So it's really a discipline.
It is a discipline. Yeah. So it's a daily practice. That's when you get the most benefit out of it. The idea is you do your daily meditation. Let's say you're working on a particular thing, like the word, like discipline. That's the D in the in sadhana is discipline. So there's a meditation in there that helps you to build a sense of, it's called self-authority. So instead of kind of rebelling against yourself or external authority, like, well, I don't want to be told what to do and nobody can make me do anything. And that tends to be one of the things that comes up with a daily practice, is we get lazy or bored or distracted or too busy, or it's hard to stick with something and do it every day. So this meditation is geared to help with that. So let's say you're working on discipline. So you do your meditation with the onyx, with the discipline bead, and then you wear that during the day and you remember, oh yeah, I'm working on discipline.
Okay.
And each of the gems has a different shape to it, and we did that intentionally. They're not all just round. So you get to learn what the discipline bead feels like. So you can connect to that, and there's, our fingers full of nerves connecting to the brain. It's just a tactile, tangible way to remember what your overall project is around discipline. So each of the beads has that, it's a daily reminder. So they're called touch stones for daily meditation. And so the idea of, we're touching these stones. Yeah. And then the overall concept of, this is a reminder. This is something that helps us to stay connected to ourselves and to a sense of peace, hopefully, and reducing stress in this kind of crazy world that we live in.
All right, fantastic. So again, the website is?
sadhanabeads.com, SADHANABEADS, sadhanabeads.com.
And that will be up in the next month or so.
Yes.
So look at for the next few weeks, hopefully. Yeah. So, and the products are available?
Products are available. We have inventory, and people can also if they're in the area, Longmont area, can come and choose the gems themselves if they have an interest in kind of doing a custom hand-selected gems. And they could get involved with making their own as well as another option. So yeah, well, there's lots of different ways to get involved. Or you could just, somebody asked me today, can I just buy the necklace without the booklet? Because I don't really want to meditate, but the necklace is
but
pretty.
I really like the necklace.
So it's a complete set, and the meditation is what gives it the underlying purpose.
So is there, in the interim, until the website's up, is there an email or another way they can get
Yes, so I'm on Gmail, sadhanabeads@gmail.com.
Same spelling.
Yes, sadhanabeads@gmail.com. Or you can also connect with my personal email, rachel.zelaya@gmail.com. Or connect with Tinkermill. We'll hopefully have a meetup scheduled at some point to do make your own necklace.
Touch on that just a sec. So,
well,
because Tinkermill's famous for its meetups, and it does 150 some odd classes a month, and all everything from blacksmithing to computer programming now to this. Tell us about that.
Right.
How will that work?
Well, at Tinkermill, as I alluded to earlier, the jewelry and metalcraft shop has been available for the last 3 or 4 years. We do certifications there, so you can use the tools. That's part of the Tinkermill way of working. But we also have a lot of jewelers, including Crystal, who offers classes on products or projects. Then you can come in, whether you're a member of Tinkermill or not. You can come in and take part in products. You can come in during the open studio with an idea that you might have to create something. In fact, last Sunday somebody came in and said that they were interested in doing something like that, and I told them about the Sadhana Beads project.
So this is a complete range of things, from just buy it and use it, all the way to customize it and build it yourself, and everything in between. That's fantastic.
Lots of room for creativity.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
And I wish you great success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you very much for watching.